Well, Russ, the wobble has been extended now, hasn't it? Really could do with a win, if you're being honest.
Yep. Obviously disappointed Tuesday night, very disappointed, more so with the performance than anything. I always say results come when the performance is up there, and it wasn't there Tuesday night, so hard to take. Took some time getting over it, but over it now and looking forward to the next one.
Yes, if the other side outplays you and you still play pretty well, that's one thing, isn't it, really? But if you're not performing, that must be frustrating.
Yeah, I can accept sometimes the results because it doesn't always go for you, whether it's a little bit of luck or a bit of fortune, but when you don't perform to your levels or even near your levels, you don't get what you deserve in football 9 times out of 10, and that was the case Tuesday. So like I said, extremely disappointed Tuesday, but that was then, it's gone, can't do anything about it, and we move on.
I preface this by saying if you knew the answer to this, you'd obviously sorted it out by now, but it seems like the goals are dry. The goals were coming freely earlier in the season, but not now.
Yeah, and you know, we have to try and put our finger on it and find ways of doing that, so that's what we're looking into. Listen, when everything's going well, everyone's the best manager and the best player in the Football League. When it's not, you've got to kind of earn your money a little bit more, really, and find them formulas and the reason why the form's lacking and not consistent enough. But that's what we pay to do, and that's what we're in the job for.
It is fine margins, isn't it, really? Because I was just thinking that if you'd have won 1-0 the other night, then a point at Bradford Park Avenue last Saturday and a win on Tuesday night, that looks like a decent return.
Yeah, you don't ask me the questions that you've asked today. That's football, and it is fine lines. We're competitive in most of the games we play, even though the other Tuesday night we weren't at our best. We're still competitive, and it was fine lines, and we hit the bar, they hit the bar. Yes, they deserve the win in the end of the day, and I'll hold my hands up for that, but we've drew them games and we've won them games this season, and nothing gets said, but the rut we're in at the moment, we're not getting the luck because you don't deserve your luck. So, you know, we are where we are, sitting in a fantastic position, and really looking forward to the end of the season. The next 7 games, 21 points to claim, and 3 points on Saturday.
And the key thing is you've still got enough games to get that bit of momentum you need heading into the playoffs, really. Yeah,
that's how you got to see it. But we can only do it one game at a time, can't we? You know, it's all about the next one. The amount of times people have said to me, yeah, 6 points this week, 9 points. No, it's 3 points the next game, and that's it, because we aren't good enough to start planning ahead, unfortunately. So we plan and we prepare to win this game against Southport on Saturday.
I know you never make excuses, but could a reason perhaps be the cup run, the extra games, that sort of thing? Is it starting to catch up with people a bit?
I think we'll only find out that at the end of the season. I think some games have took more out of others. I think confidence is a big thing in football, biggest tool actually. When you are lacking a bit and you're not at the levels, then that's got to make a big difference. So I don't think it's the games. We've got a good enough squad. Injuries, yeah, but so is every club. So I'm not one for making excuses. I'll keep them in-house. It's just about putting a team out to beat the opposition, and at the moment we haven't done it consistently enough.
You lost Alex Penny to injury up at Bradford. What's the latest with him?
Yeah, he's back available now, which is good.
Oh, good, because at the time that looked like it could be...
Yeah, I think it was more serious on the day, to be honest, with the surface and the way he fell. But the reaction was really good Monday, Tuesday. So he's trained fully today.
So then, Southport, who traditionally when you go up there, it's a hard place to go, isn't it, really? They haven't been as strong away as they have been at home, so it's a chance again, isn't it?
Every game's a chance at this level. I believe we can win every game we play in. I also believe with the form we're on, we can lose it as well. So we've got to make sure that turns, that form. But Southport, they're 7th in the league, and they're there for a reason. They're hanging on to playoffs, along with a few other clubs, but they're like us. They haven't really hit the form the last 6 games. So it's 2 teams looking to rectify that and put it right.
Just looking below you in the table at those sides, going for, if you like, 5, 6 and 7, the last playoff spots, it's extraordinary. I mean, Kettering are on a bit of a run, to be fair, but everybody else, well, they can't string 2 wins together.
No, and does that give you a little bit of comfort? No, not really, because we really could have been out of sight. We need to plan on getting in there first and staying in there, because like I said, we're not good enough to plan ahead at the moment. We might be in a couple of games, couple of wins time, but certainly not at the moment. Not with the form we're on. So listen, I know this form's only going to last a little bit, because I know what the lads have achieved this year. We will find that again, and it's just round the corner, so full confidence on that.
Yeah, there must be, I mean, I've seen you enough this season to know that you've got the quality within the squad. You just need a break, really, don't you? And something to go your way in a game.
I suppose. But you earn them breaks, don't you, Trev? And that's where we are at the moment. I am off for feeling sorry for ourselves. I don't want the fans to feel sorry for themselves, and they demand good football from myself and the club, because we've given that majority of the season, so they expect that now. And when you give them that amount of success that we have done this season, their expectations go up. But with expectations, you need to consistently do it. Otherwise, you've got to be accountable, and that's where we are at the moment. We're a good team, we aren't performing, so we've got to put it right.
Southport, would you say, 7th in the table? What would you expect for them when they come here?
Tough game. Liam Watson's team knows the level inside out. They've got to put it right on you, and they've got to have high energy, but so are we.
And we've mentioned in previous weeks, so you've had no luck, particularly at centre-half in recent weeks. How are you doing injury-wise aside from Alex Penny?
Well, obviously, Penny's back. Cliff Moyo's trained all week, so I think for the first time we've got centre halves to pick from. Bajrami's probably got to be another 7 to 10 days away, so look forward to having him back as well. So I think this is where you need the bodies going into the last part of the season. So many injuries up and down the country at the moment. It's scary, and trying to put your finger on that is hard, but consistently trying to put a consistent team out has been hard in the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's a general thing, isn't it? Lots of managers are saying that.
Yeah, they're all saying the same things really. It's the first full season in 3 years. Could that be it? The deadline, the transfer deadline, with another 10 to 12 games after that, it's hard because we rely on favours and help from other clubs. There's a lot of teams playing on the minimum amount of numbers at the moment. Yeah,
it's strange now looking back, and there weren't more games earlier in the season really, because normally you start off, you played about a third of the games by the end of September, but it wasn't like that this year.
Yeah, and fortunately we got our games through that January month and February, but a lot of teams now are playing Saturday, Tuesday for the next 6-7 weeks, and it's hard. And that's probably why you haven't seen the consistent results as well.